Thank you for coming today. I teach Buddhism for free for you, and I learn in purelandschool.com, where you can also learn. Today, I want to talk about the seven conceits. This is something about human beings, because Buddhism teaches us a lot. Uh, and it teaches about what we have to do, what is the purpose in life, uh, and other things. But some things that Buddhism teaches are very deep. So I have to teach other things first. I have been teaching different things in each and every video. I try to do so. And sometimes I have to teach again something that I explained in the past in order to explain something more advanced. But yeah, I always recommend people who are watching my videos to watch also my previous videos. And I have the feeling that people who have been following me on Instagram recently, or who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, they might only watch the videos up from now. And that I would recommend these people to also watch my previous videos. But I'm afraid they will not do so. So eventually I will have to explain again things from the past. So in case you have been watching all the videos, then you will have to be a little patient if I repeat something that I already explained, which is not bad. In Buddhism, even listening to the teachings that you already know is a good deed, because listening to Buddhism itself is a very good deed, and it will get you closer to happiness, to true happiness. This true happiness in Buddhism means enlightenment, okay? Which is the main goal here, and I will talk about that in the future, because enlightenment and all the teachings regarding this are very deep. So I have to take one step by step, okay? So today we are going to start with the seven conceits. This is called the seven kinds of pride, or the seven kinds of conceit. In this book here, this is a book called ABC of Buddhism. It's a comic book. Let me show you. We recently translated this book into Spanish. Yeah. So the seven conceits. First one, conceit. I will just name them and then I will explain them, okay? Conceit. Greater conceit. Excessive conceit. Obstinate conceit. Grandiose conceit. Humble conceit, and evil conceit. So these are the seven kinds of conceit that human beings have. So the first one, called conceit, is pride over inferiors. So, for example, let's say you are in school, you have maths, and you have maths, and you had an a very good grade, and you have a classmate that had a B, a worse grade after an exam. So you are better in this sense, in maths, in this situation, in this case, than your classmate. So what do you do with that? Do you treat him like, oh, I can teach you next time, maybe? No, because we have an evil nature. Human nature, I don't want to explain this in the future, but human nature tends to be evil. It is evil, actually, but we don't see that. We like thinking that we are good people, but in Buddhism, everyone is evil. But not in a sense of like, oh, like killing people all the time. No, they are evil because we are evil. I will explain this in the future, but you cannot deny that you have laughed when someone has fallen, or there is a car passing by, and there is water splashing, right? Because it's raining and some people get wet, and you laugh. So that's cruelty, right? So that's evil. Why do we have this? Because our nature actually is evil. And that's interesting, but I will talk about that in the future. Um, because we have an evil nature, and we are conceited, we have conceit. This first conceit, when we see we are superior in something than others, we tend to think like, oh, how cool I am, instead of thinking in a more compassionate way and helping, right? So that's the first one. Conceit is pride over inferiors. To be pride over inferiors. The second one is greater conceit. Is pride over equals. So you had an A on a math exam, and I also had an A, but I continue to think I still think I'm better than you, and I say like, ah, yeah, we had the best, the same grade, but I think my explanation over this was better. So you still want to think you're better than someone that is actually equal to you. This is greater conceit. The third one is excessive conceit. Is pride over superiors. So even though you know there is someone better than you in math or sport or whatever, you still think in a way, you still treat your mind in a way that you still think you're better. It's like, oh yeah, he can, for example, he can play piano better than me, but I also play tennis, and he doesn't play tennis, so I'm better. It's like, you know, pride over superiors. And then obstinate conceit, the fourth one, inability to admit error. So yeah, we are like that. We like thinking that we human beings are very logical, but in reality, we're not that logical. We're more like emotional. We're both actually. But how strong is our emotional part or our conceit actually? That we tend to think, or we choose to think that we are better than others when we are not, or that we are never wrong. I'm sure you have met people like this, but everyone has this. Everyone, at some point in their lives, and many, many times, most likely, they will think they are right. They're still right. And then eventually they will realize, I was wrong. When you have this obstinate mind, you have obstinate conceit, the fourth kind of conceit. Then, grandiose conceit. This is a very Buddhist one. This is the false pride in attainment of enlightenment. So when you're proud of yourself, like you already attained Buddhahood or enlightenment, and you're talking like this, when you haven't really gotten to that point, you are being conceited in a grandiose way. You are yeah. This is called grandiose conceit. That's the fifth one, and then the sixth one, humble conceit. I remember this was taught in in school. Pride in humility. I remember in school when they taught me this, uh, they show us an example, like people getting a Nobel Prize or something like that, and they say stuff like, "Oh yeah, but it was all thanks to," and they are not actually thinking like others, right? But they are not actually thinking this inside of, like, deep in their heart. They are thinking how cool I am, like, oh yeah, but it was all thanks to people cooking for me that I was able to, like, get the Nobel Prize or whatever. They are not actually thinking that way. So that's humble conceit. They are trying to be humble, or they are pride over their humbleness, and that's already not originally or genuinely humble, right? So the seventh one, the last one, evil conceit, pride in unworthy things. So if someone thinks like, oh yeah, I'm so good at stealing, no one ever sees me, I'm so like silent, I can steal so many things, you are being pride. That person is being pride over unworthy things. You shouldn't be pride over things like that. That's the seven. So that's the seven kinds of conceit. I also recommend you to take notes. I can tell this again. I can name them again in case you are taking notes. That would be a good idea. So the seven conceits, seven kinds of conceit, or uh, seven kinds of pride. I don't remember the other name, but seven kinds of conceit. I learned that. Or the seven conceits. Then conceit, greater conceit, excessive conceit, obstinate conceit, grandiose conceit, humble conceit and evil conceit. Yeah. So that's all for today. I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. If you found me because of my Instagram hashtags and everything, go to my bio. Well, follow me if you want. And go to my bio, you will find a link. You click on the link and you will get to YouTube. There is a playlist with all my videos. It would be great if you could watch at least one video apart from the one I upload every Sunday. So you get in track and you watch all the videos. So you know everything about Buddhism, all the basics, so you can start your way to Buddhahood, to enlightenment. Yeah. Thank you.